Hello, welcome back to Halftime TV. Naranda Brown here, your host. And for all those who have helped us to get past that 500 subscription barrier, thank you so very much once more. Tonight, I'm here to do a preview of the Reggae Boyz Japan Under-24 practice match, some may say, or friendly. Won't go under as a FIFA friendly because it's an under 23 slash under 24 team. The reason it's been changed on under 24 is because last year was supposed to be the Olympics. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, they had to push it back a year, and as such, it changed from the under 23 to under 24. For a bit of context, the under 23 slash under 24 teams, they're allowed to have 3 overaged players among the squad, and I'll delve right into that as soon as we begin. Let me say thank you to my sponsors, Quicklink Shipping. Follow them on Instagram at Quicklink Shipping. RS Sports Store. Follow them on Instagram, RS Sports Store, for all your clothing, your sporting apparel related to soccer or football. Welcome, coaches. That's really nice to have you. I'll just be doing a quick 10-minute video or so, just an overview of the Japanese team and what I expect from the Reggae Boyz team going into that game tomorrow. Now, ahead of this game, I am very, very excited because of what I saw earlier in the week against the Serbian team. If I'm to be honest with myself, I wasn't so happy or enthralled by the Reggae Boyz and what was happening around the camp prior to the game against Serbia. Nonetheless, 45 minutes into the game, and I was totally captivated. I was optimistic. I was totally converted into a believer that our hopes of actually winning the Gold Cup and even making it to World Cup 2022 may become a reality. I was around when we got to the last World Cup. It's been some time now. I think I was maybe 6 years old, but I still got the opportunity to watch it. Since that time, sorry, I've been waiting and waiting patiently to see our team do well again at the World Cup. Opportunity hasn't presented itself, or may I say the opportunity has presented itself on a number of occasions, but we just haven't capitalized on that. All right, so getting straight to it, the Japanese team, what to expect. The Japanese team will be led by seasoned campaigner Maya Yoshida. For those who watch the English Premier League, they may have known him. He played over 150 games for the Southampton team. The Southampton team that was entailed Dusan Tadic, it entailed Sadio Mane for Liverpool now, and a host of other names who ended up moving on. Now, Yoshida ended up moving on as well. He moved on to Sampdoria in the Serie A. He's had close to 50 games with them now. I know he's at the back end of his career because he's in probably 32, 33 years of age thereabout. But nonetheless, I think it is definitely some well-needed leadership going into the Olympic tournament. They'll be playing against South Africa and France in the first round, which is very, very interesting to see. I think they'll also be playing against Mexico. We know the Mexicans, they produce quality players time and time again. Nonetheless, the Japanese team, they are known to be a running team. They are known to be a running team. And for clarification, again, it is under 24. Normally it's under 23, but because the COVID-19 last year, which was when the tournament was supposed to be held, they moved it up to under 24. All right. So if you're not aware of the reason why it was changed to under 24, just a bit of context on that. All right. So Maya Yoshida, he will be leading the team, a team of some promising youngsters. We know the Japanese team, they are known to be energetic, they're pacey, they're all over the pitch, and they give you 100% every time they go out on the pitch. Japanese, they believe in the development of the players straight through the ranks, and it was no different the 2018 World Cup. We saw a Japanese team that most of them played in the J1 league in Japan, and they made it through the ranks, and they came to the World Cup, and they gave a good account of themselves. So that's it from Maya Yoshida. He will be captaining the team as one of the overage players. They're allowed 3 overage players. he's one of them. All right, moving on, Takefusa Kubo. A lot of you may have heard the name. He was dubbed the Asian Messi. Some time ago, he was at Barcelona in his youth, maybe 8, 9, 10, but Barcelona had to let him go and he returned to Japan. What they did afterwards, Real Madrid, they swooped him up. I think he's definitely a promising youngster. He's one for the future. He's had 3 loan spells so far. He hasn't made a senior Real Madrid appearance. However, his loan spells have all been convincing, in my opinion. I've watched him a number of times. He played for Real Mallorca. He played for Villarreal. I think the Villarreal spell was cut short because he wasn't getting enough game time, and as a result, he finished the season at Getafe. He's very quick on his feet. He can score goals, and he's very, very threatening whenever he gets in and around that 18-yard box. All right, so Takefusa Kubo, definitely one to watch for the future. And in that game against Jamaica, I think he will be the live wire in this Japanese team. It is filled with youngsters, but if we're looking for someone with a bit of experience and someone that offers a little bit more than your typical 20-year-old, I think this is a young man that we should keep an eye on. In the middle, we'll now talk about Doan Ritsu. Now, Ritsu was originally brought into the Eredivisie to replace Chucky Lozano. A lot of us know Chucky Lozano in the CONCACAF region because he's one of the stars of CONCACAF, then put it that way. Currently playing his trade in Napoli, but Ritsu was brought in the Eredivisie to replace Chucky Lozano. He had a stop-start season, scored some goals as well, but he was ultimately loaned to Armenia, where he played a full season, and he got, I think, 5 or 6 goals for that season as well. So these are the 3 main players for us to keep an eye on. I know the Reggae Boyz team should have this covered, and if they end up losing this game, us, the fans, will consider it a failure. Who knows? It may even be a travesty. We might operate as if it's a crisis, but I think some quality young players in the Japanese team. Doan Ritsu, as I said, he was also named in the nominees for Trophy Copa back in 2018, along the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Trent Alexander-Arnold from my friend Ryan LFC's team. Liverpool, also Donnarumma was amongst the mix. So it shows that he has a lot of quality. Also the 2016 Asian Young Footballer of the Year. So keep an eye on Ritsu, keep an eye on Kubo, which we all know. And as I said, Yoshida will be leading the line. Now over to the Jamaican team. I think there will be a little bit of rotation because I think Theodore Whitmore will want to see his squad a little bit more. There's still some players who didn't play the last time around, and he will want to have an idea of what his options are in its entirety. There are some who didn't make the trip, which we understand. Some passport issues were sorted out today as well, which is really great, which makes the pool even bigger. But ahead of Monday's deadline for the submission of the 60-man provisional list, I think Tapa will be doing some rotation to see who he'll be working with come the Gold Cup at the beginning of July. Now, overall, I think the Reggae Boyz have this one covered. I think we should come away victorious in this game. The Japanese team, they pose a threat. They might be a little bit more threatening than the Serbian team that we faced, but still lack of experience as it relates to the physicality and the pressing game that I saw from the Jamaican team earlier this week. As such, I think the Reggae Boyz should come away victorious. Tapa will give us a little bit more rotation. He'll get some more players out there. And remember, it's not considered a friendly, it's considered a practice game. So more substitutions will be allowed. Who knows? Probably after halftime, it'll be a completely different squad playing on the pitch. So Japan, they'll be using this game as a practice game to go into the Olympics. As I said before, in the first round, they'll be playing against South Africa, they'll be playing against Mexico, and they'll be playing against France. So they will be using it as a practice game. So they want to ensure that they are sharp enough. They are going into the competition, which is, I think, a few weeks away, maybe 2 weeks away. They'll be ensuring that they'll be going into the competition in the best possible form. Jamaica, on the other hand, will be using this game as basically a game to see who we have at our disposal and who will essentially make the cut. Players will be playing for their spot, which is good to see, because then they'll be playing with their heart on their sleeves. They'll want to win that game. They'll want to prove to Tapa Whitmore that they deserve to be in that provisional squad come Monday when it's time for submission. All right. Overall, in the end, I think the Reggae Boyz should come away victorious. Earlier, I was saying somewhere around 3-1, but now I'm going to say it is maybe 2-1 in favor of the Jamaican team. Theodore Whitmore, I love what I'm seeing lately. The high press that Jamaica is offering is exemplary, and that cameo that I saw from Ravel Morrison, if he gets on the pitch any at all, come tomorrow evening, it will be havoc over there in Japan. Thanks for everyone on here who has tuned in. Thanks for the support, for the love that I've received from each and every one of you for the past few weeks. Please remember to subscribe to the video if you have subscribe to the channel. Sorry if you haven't done so as yet. Like the video, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And Miranda Brown here saying, until next time, thanks for tuning in to Halftime again. All right.